spread right, snap. Set. Green 80. All good. Green is it.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Bortles to throw on second down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Hey, let's go trick front. 11B. Green 80. Nice.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, here's Bortles. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Lucy. Green 80. So right.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Spread right. 11B. Set. Green 80. 372. Set.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. The open man is Shark. It's complete. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. To return, it's Kalen Clay. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to... the 27-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now the first NFL carry for Saquon Barkley. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Barry Church, the strong safety, the one to get him down. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Open man right side is Ingram. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Jags heading out on offense. Last year we said, Charles, one of these years it has to come together for the Jaguars, doesn't it? Well, guess what? It certainly did. They won double-digit games for the first time in 10 seasons, and they picked up 2 more wins in the playoffs before falling in that tough one to New England.
And they decided that on offense, they were going to be a team that knocked you off the ball and ran it. That's why they drafted Leonard Fournette out of LSU, and he gave them some toughness and an identity. Quarterback Blake Bortles, often criticized, but elevated his play in the playoffs, both with his legs and his arm. But the defense, that's where the big transition happened. Yannick Ngakoue coming off the edge. Calais Campbell, maybe the best player on the defensive line in the league last season. But Jalen Ramsey out at corner, he gives them their swagger, he gives them their look, and he gives them great play on the edge.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep, it's Odell Beckham. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And New York set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They go back to Stewart on first. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. Forced out to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Zebra, zebra. Hey, gun. 48
On 3rd down, Manning eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Sharks got it left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 14-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants making their way out, and at this point you would have to think that all mentions of last year maybe erased from team history, or at least that's what they want. Clearly, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, the talent on this team, too good for another 3-13 finish, right?
And I think that was reflected in their draft in 2018. Because if it was an all-out rebuild, they would have drafted a quarterback at number 2. Instead, they drafted Saquon Barkley. So that signals to me they want to get back to running the football and trying to punish people on offense and take the pressure off of Eli Manning. And on the defensive side of the ball, they obviously have to get better. But believe it or not, you know who can really help them there? Their head coach, Pat Shermer. Comes from a defensive family, understands how valuable it is, and loves the toughness and the identity that a good defense can provide.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On first down, Manning to Barkley on the check down. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Zebra. Zebra. There goes 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
Zebra.
From the gun, it's Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this time out. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season. Tackling, because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Bortles now on first down. He'll check this one off to Fournette, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Going for the deep ball. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. On first down, Bortles. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Olivier Vernon. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Shotgun now for Bortles. That one complete. He finds Shark. A very solid gain of 27. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Lucy.
Bortles now on first down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
372.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
One final try now for Manning. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On second down, here's Manning. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the...
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Giants. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Zebra. Regular.
Manning the throw on second down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. The Giants on third down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a play fake. Manning, they'll roll him out right. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Looking back to Leonard Fournette's rookie campaign, over 1,000 yards rushing. And coming into the league, some people saw this kid as an ex-Adrian Peterson. What can we expect from him going forward?
I like the comparison because of the size, the strength, the speed. But I think he catches the ball better than Adrian Peterson. So I think they can up his utilization in the passing game. But what really impressed me was down the stretch in the divisional playoff game against Pittsburgh, hurt his ankle, left the game for a while, and came back and helped power his team to a big victory. Remember, he had some dings at LSU that kept him out of a few games. I thought that was a breakthrough for Leonard Fournette.
Let's go. Tight end right. 372.
from midfield, here's Bortles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. B.J. Goodson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Sunday.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, they're back to where they started, 3rd and 10.
Lucy. Hank. Move. Lucy.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Over the middle, pulled in by Sharp. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by Darian Thompson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Zebra.
In his own end zone, it's Manning. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The Giants on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Regular. Zebra.
To throw from his end zone. Manning buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Taken right around the 44. A good return there, 17 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Hey, spread left. Green 80.
Bunch right.
Watch the curl.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Sunday. Lucy. Hank. Hey, spread left. Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football,
Let's go.
where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. He takes it to the 15, a nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Lucy.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. Lambeau to add on the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will extend this big lead. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
You know as well as I do, it's really important to get Odell Beckham Jr. involved early. And that's the first time that Eli Manning was able to find him, and we're in the 2nd half.
You think he and Eli maybe had some words on the sideline, hey, let's get on the same page?
Without a doubt, because they know that kick starts their team, that gets them going, and now they have to do it again and again as we go down the stretch.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Go 56, 27's to Sam, 27's to Sam. Zebra.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Manning now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And now a carry here for the fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go. Alert. 3 down. Zebra.
Shotgun now for Manning. Being chased out left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. The open man is Westbrook. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lucy.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Let's go. Here we go. .372.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on right and chewing on. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. On play action. Now Manning. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go. 11B, 11B.
Bortles going to look to throw. And incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Spread right, spread right, spread right, spread right, smack.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, spread left. 11, 11.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And New York set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Giants on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Working from the gun. Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st down, Manning. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Zebra.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He's now thrown 4 interceptions. And I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So the potential exists for that 5th one to occur.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Omaha.
Bortles going to throw here. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Dalvin Tomlinson coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and forever. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. He's going to air one out. And this one incomplete. Well, apparently taking a knee is not in vogue. They're not able to add another touchdown.